Sirius XM.
Hey, hey, hey!
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
Yes. It's After Opie and Anthony Live. Goodbye, Opie. He's taking off. Amy Schumer was out of here. Anthony's out of here. It's a fabulous day for radio today. Warren Littlefield in here. Bear Grylls in here. Amy Schumer in here. The Sex Man in here. I mean, it was just a great day for broadcasting. I may or may not have a guest coming in here. Yesterday, Opie was on this show, and he told me that I didn't know enough about sports, and there was not enough sports presentation involved in this show. Well, I talked to some people at the talent department to see if we could do something about that, and it looks like we may have a guest coming in here in a minute or two to change that. A lot of you want to hear Sam Roberts. A lot of you want to hear about sports. You want to hear it in the same place. I understand that. And that's going to be my goal here today. You know what I mean? It's not all sports all the time. It's not Mad Dog Radio, but I'll be here to do that. In the meantime, you can call us up, 866-WOW1-WOW, and let me know what you learned on the Opie and Anthony Show. It's a very educational show. No, he needs to be in here. We don't know why he's running around. It was a very educational show today. Jess Piccoli, where are you going? I just said he needs to... You don't listen. Don't worry. Go like this. Jess Piccoli.
Yo.
Breathe for me. Get in position. Our guest is here. Don't worry about what Sal tells you to do. Worry about what I tell you to do.
Okay.
Okay? Now.
Yes.
What are you doing? You video. And don't worry about what Sal tells you to do. Right? That's no fault of yours, Sal. That's a fault of his. You can bring our guest in, Liam. You can bring him in. Oh yeah, he's coming in here. You ready? They said I needed right there. Welcome to the show. We're on the air now. Everybody have a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. Cal Ripken Jr. is here on After Opie and Anthony Live. Opie told me yesterday, he was on this show talking to me, and he said, Sam, you don't do enough sports on your show. You don't know enough about sports. You don't talk enough about sports. So I took on the challenge, and I figured you would be the guy to welcome sports on this program.
I hope I don't disappoint.
I don't think you will. I mean, you have a show on Sirius XM already, so you know about broadcasting. Ripken Baseball is Fridays at noon on MLB Home Plate here.
We have a special show today on Tuesday from 12 to 2.
You do?
Yeah.
What's going on today?
We just moved it up. We changed the time because Friday didn't work into everyone's schedule.
Oh, okay, so you're doing it on Tuesday instead.
Yes.
And then you just put it on Friday later. You could just tape it.
Yeah, we'll just play it all week.
Yeah. I was talking to my dad yesterday when I found out you were coming in, and he said that your Ironman record to him is maybe the most impressive record in sports. And it's hard to argue that. I mean, it's sort of, it's something that, it seems impossible to duplicate. Do you feel that way?
No.
You don't?
Only because if I can do it, somebody else can. You know,
theoretically, but
yeah.
I mean, nobody's come terribly close.
No, I think some of the honor about being an everyday guy and playing 162 is gone. It used to be really valued a lot. Mm-hmm. Eddie Murray was the one that gave me the direct influence because he says there's certain guys in the lineup that your lineup looks wrong when you're out of. So even when you're struggling, you have to be in there for the sake of the team. Yeah. And so it was his leadership and his leading by example that propelled me. And then I had a dad that was on the bench. So
of course, yeah.
He was a coach on the team at the time, and he always told stories about playing through injury and all that kind of stuff. It was a badge of honor for him. So anytime when maybe I was a little down or felt I got injured, he was always there to kind of look at me, and then you had to live up to that standard.
So at first you're not going for a streak. You're just going for the fact that, look, I'm a ball player. I should be here for every game. At what point did you see this developing into this?
I say this all the time. I didn't care about the streak. I mean, I was like any other kid. You want to hit more home runs, more RBIs, more of everything, the stats that seemingly matter. But in order to do that, you got to come out there and be an everyday player. And the streak was formed by managers writing my name in the lineup consistently. I didn't have any power over the managers, especially early on. And then all of a sudden you had 1,000, 1,500 games, and you were into something called the streak. Now it had some negative critics that were out there, especially when the team was going bad or when I was going bad.
Because they thought, you were valuing the streak more than the scoring and the actual game itself.
And the irony here is that it's the opposite of being selfish. Because if you really were selfish, you'd protect your numbers, you'd protect you being tired, you'd be protecting injury, and you wouldn't play against guys you couldn't hit.
And you'd give yourself a day off every now and then just because you want to rest. What was it like working under your father? Like, was that easier for you, or was it more difficult? Was he harder on you than he would be on other players?
No, I mean, my dad was, it's kind of interesting. People look at Dad being in professional sports, and I had a brother, Billy, that played in the big leagues. We were teammates for a while, so we were all three together. And I think many people thought of it as a little league sort of environment where people could relate to, that we all had a coach who had a couple sons that sometimes they played over other guys that might not have been as good. But in a professional scenario, your stats and your performance is right out there for everybody to judge. So we were raised in a professional environment. So when we got to the big leagues, it seemed normal to us. It didn't seem abnormal at all. So it wasn't father and son favoritism. It was, we're all on the same team.
Yeah, it's just what it is. I was thinking about this too. We were talking about Cleveland yesterday and how much LeBron James meant to that city. Once you started becoming this sort of iconic player, did you feel an obligation to Baltimore?
I always felt an obligation to Baltimore. I mean, I grew up there as a kid.
Yeah.
I worshipped the Orioles. The Orioles were great. It was easy to be an Oriole fan at that time. Brooks Robinson was my guy. I mean, I loved watching him. And I had a chance to fulfill a dream. I got drafted by the team I wanted to play for. I made it to the big leagues, and I had a chance to play a full career there. Looking back, there was many different rebuilding processes, and rebuilding processes are terrible for the player. You want to win, and sometimes you get a little frustrated by going through those processes. But I always valued the city I played for. I always valued it was my home, and that's where I wanted to try to make it happen. Yeah. So if it was a rebuilding process, I wanted to help fix it.
You went over 2,600 games, and then finally you were like, I'm gonna start cooling off a little bit. How difficult was it to call, like, this is the game I'm gonna end the streak at?
It wasn't real difficult. I mean, I never looked at it, and I really tried hard to take it one game at a time, and I tried not to think of the streak and the numbers of the streak adding up. At some point earlier in that season, I decided, okay, look, if we fall out of the race, if there's not a real reason to go out there every single day and as an obligation to the team, then I should end it. And my intention was to end it the last game of the season.
Yeah.
It turned out to be the last game at home, which was the Yankees, but it was a wonderful celebration as opposed to a negative. It was really, I wanted people to look at it as a positive.
The most amazing thing to me is that you played 500 more games in a row after breaking the streak. I mean, and that kind of goes to your point about just being a guy who wanted to play every game because that was your job. Like, I would think that once you hit that streak, like, you play maybe 15 more games to make sure it's definitely yours, and then you're like, okay, I'm out for a little while.
Well, I mean, I really disagreed with the premise that that's all I was playing for was a streak.
Right.
You know, you're a baseball player. Your approach should be simple and pure. I'm coming to the ballpark today to try to help us win.
Yeah.
We have a challenge ahead of us. If the manager chooses me, then I play. Why should I opt out? Why should I not play? And so when I went past the number, and some people even at the time said, in tribute to Lou Gehrig, I should stop at 2130.
Yeah.
But my comment was, I didn't do it, you know, to get to Lou Gehrig's number.
Yeah.
And Lou Gehrig, it would be doing a disservice to Lou Gehrig because he didn't do it for the sake of the streak either. He did it as an obligation to the player. You should continue. So I continued approaching the game the same way I always did.
What's the either, I don't know if it was you were sick or you were injured.
I'm sick now.
That's fine.
I got a little bug.
What's the worst thing that you had to play through?
I played through a herniated disc. And that was after the streak was over. It was in '97 when we finally got back to it being a great team.
Yeah.
We beat the Yankees from the first day of the season, thank you, to the last day of the season. And I had a herniated disc in July. And quite personally, that might have been the only selfish time, it was after the streak was already broken, that I really pushed myself in because every player wants to play in that. So I willed myself to play through a herniated disc because I wasn't going to miss out on a team that had a chance to make the playoffs and win a division. So The good news is I was able to play less than 100%. I still contributed very well. I pushed the Yankees back where we could win the pennant. And then I struggled for the last few weeks of the season in September, but then got it going again in the playoffs.
When people were criticizing you about the streak or whatever reason you were playing every game because of what it was doing to stats and all this stuff, was it difficult to motivate yourself to continue to play every game? Like, at any point, did you want to just be like, fine then, I won't play. Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah, but most of the time, you have to really keep it in perspective. Who was criticizing it?
Yes.
So you really got to look at what was their motives. Many of my critics, I think, raised their own profile through taking on that sort of subject. So I always kept it very simple, and my perspective was always the same as if I was a first-year player or I was in my 15th year.
You've done work with Athletes for Hope, with a lot of other people, Muhammad Ali being one of them. What did you think when the Marlins brought him out for their season opener? I know a lot of people, some people were excited to see him, and other people didn't really want to see him with his health the way it is.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali,
yeah.
You're talking about?
Yep.
I had a chance to, quite recently, I was speaking at a conference which he was at, and I had a chance to communicate with him.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true to be able to sit and talk to him. I've had some experiences over time, and I don't look at it as parading him out, per se.
Sure.
I mean, some people look at that from the outside. He's still, pretty vibrant on the inside. And so, to me, he is who he is.
And you think that this is something that he wants to be doing? I think that's what a lot of people are wondering. Does this guy want to be doing this?
Yeah, I think he was alive. He was a personality, could relate to everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody loved him. He became the international star that he is.
Yeah.
Partly because he was a great boxer, but mostly because he was a great personality and a great person.
Yeah.
So I think, it probably fits with what he would want to do. That he's doing it willingly. Yes.
Now, what are you doing with Habitat for Humanity? I mean, you're all over the charitable causes right now, but now it's Cal Ripken Jr. and Energizer combining for Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, one of the things, I think I got more attention than I deserve in my whole baseball career, and one of the great values of getting that kind of attention is that you have the power to shine a light on good causes. I do it with the Cal Senior Foundation. We started a foundation and named my dad to do good work with kids. And you use the media many times to get other people to help. Energizer's been a partner for 6 years. I've been with them, and their initiative this year is to partner with Habitat for Humanity and really make a positive impact on the whole country. And it's a 13-city tour. So we went, the first one was to Joplin, Missouri, where the site of the tornado was. And you saw it on TV, you saw the destruction, but there's no way in the world you can understand the scope of that until you stand on that area. So they're in the process now where they've cleaned up all the mess, and now they're rebuilding. So we built 2 homes in that area on the day. And again, just the attention that it gets brings people together to have the human spirit come together and really move forward. So today we're going down to Miami. We were also in Phoenix. So and I'll be making a stop in Nashville.
Wow.
In about a week. I tell you what, it's pretty interesting. I mean, my dad gave me a good set of skills. I helped him a lot in some building. So we're hammering nails. We're moving gravel.
You're in there
piles.
hands-on.
I'm doing the stuff, and getting caught doing good, which is always good to spread that message. But it's one that by talking to you today, other people might be interested in helping, or it just might inspire them to help in their community in an individual way. And
if Cal Ripken is willing to actually do the manual labor, I don't think many other people have an excuse to not do it. You played all these games. You have this show on MLB Home Plate. You run Ripken Baseball. Do you ever get tired of baseball? Is there anything you do outside of baseball? Because I would think, after all that time, you'd just be sick of it.
Well, you know what? We stay in touch with baseball in a variety of different ways.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's with kids' experiences. You're trying to give them a big league experience in our complex. Minor league baseball, I grew up in for the first 14 years of my life. There's a comfort level to that sort of business, but a lot of it is about the business, understanding the business of sports. But I do have a side of me that wants to to utilize some of the things you learn for the big league career and apply it back in a big league scenario or big league situation. And I haven't figured that piece out yet.
Yeah.
I made a choice that I wanted to be there for my kids until they got off to college, and that was a choice that I made. And I don't regret that choice at all. I've had a chance to really, because if you go back into baseball right away, you can't be a part of their lives the way that I wanted to be.
Sure.
But now that they're getting ready to go, my last one's getting ready to go off to college in the fall, you know, there could be an opportunity to look at the big league scene a little bit differently. And I know that you run the risk of nobody wanting you after that long, but I'm starting to get a feel to be able to apply really what you know. All these other things that I've done, great curiosity, great learning for me, and I'm a curious person and I like to learn, but your real expertise lies in the game at the highest level.
And you don't strike me as a guy who likes to take days off at all, I mean, for any aspect of his life.
It's a really good point because you stay active. That's the sense of who you are.
Yeah.
And you can sort of live on your laurels and say, I was a baseball player. In some cases, it seems like it's another lifetime at this point in my life. And you really derive value, at least personal value, in what you're able to accomplish each and every day. So I probably overschedule myself. I probably do too much, but I'd much rather be busier and being in different environments than kind of sitting around wondering what it would be like.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us and hanging out. He'll be on MLB Home Plate today at noon, as usually Fridays at noon, but he's doing a special show today. And make sure you look into Habitat for Humanity. Is there a website, habitat.org? Is that the only?
Yeah, habitat.org. I mean, you can go to Energizer.
Okay.
That's always a special link, but certainly if you have an inkling to help, it's an easy way to get there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Cal Ripken and Sal, I believe you have a Roland movie review to play for the listeners at home. All right, that's it. On After Opie and Anthony Live.
After O&A Live.
See that James Bond?
Yes.
And you liked it, right?
Oh, yeah, I love that movie.
Oh, we got his review. It was god awful.
You're a big Bond fan, right?
Not really.
Awful.
Oh, his review was awful.
No, listen to his review again. What's your review of Casino Royale?
It was good. I mean, it had action, suspense. Explosions.
Suspenders. Action and suspenders.
Suspense. What else?
Twists. Surprises.
Twists.
Turns.
Surprises. Turns.
Intrigue.
What else, dude?
Fucking
Jesus, you're in the business.
I know.
That's what you expect from a James Bond
I told you
movie.
he's
What makes this better than all the other Bond films you've seen over the years?
God, that's a great point Dan brought up. Roland reviews movies like a trailer from the 50s.
Yeah.
Action, suspense, intrigue, twists, turns.
Whenever he talks, big white letters should pop out of his mouth the way they would in an Ed Wood trailer.
Spell it out. Yeah, you're a 50s movie trailer. You stink.
All right, keep going.
It's just a different Bond, a better actor. I mean, he's really good. Kept the old Bond making stuff. I don't know.
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
Wow.
Bond, you see him get his little gadget or something.
You see him get his little gadget? What does that mean?
What does it even mean? Why? What?
What gadget?
I don't know, his Bond gadget?
His Bond gadget.
What the hell is his Bond gadget?
That could be a million things.
Go see the movie. You'll see.
Go see the movie. Like he's in it and wants people to show up. Like he's got fucking points
Yes.
on the movie.
Producer, Roland.
Do you understand we're using you to get some reviews out there for some of these hot flicks, and then the listener will decide if they want to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to really sell it here.
Based on your review, I did not want to see that fucking movie, and it turned out to be one of the best action movies and the best Bond movie I've ever seen. Best Bond movie.
What was your favorite part, Roland?
The boat scene. Well, you see him in the car and then the boat.
Wait, car and then the boat.
What were they on the fucking Staten Island ferry going to work?
Oh my
What does that
God.
mean?
What does that mean? The car, then the boat.
I don't know.
There was a car chase and then
Yeah, you
turned
see him
into a
driving.
boat chase.
Yeah, seems to try to save Moneypenny and
Save Moneypenny?
Yeah, the girl.
Was it Moneypenny? It was just the girl.
Girl,
He
but
kind
that's
of made
his
a Moneypenny joke at the beginning, but that wasn't her name.
Yeah, well.
It was a different. You thought that girl was Moneypenny?
No, I said from the joke from the other Bonds where he used Moneypenny.
Yeah, but it was
reference.
Her name is. She's different. She's not Moneypenny.
Any other movies you're excited to see?
Seeing the Will Smith one tonight, The Pursuit of Happiness.
What is that about?
Just it's based on a true story.
What movie? You lost me.
The Pursuit of Happiness. Okay. Will Smith plays this guy who's struggling with. He's a single father, and he walks up to the guy. How do you get that Ferrari? And the guy goes, "Oh, I'm a stockbroker." He goes, "Oh, I want to do that." Then he goes, does it, makes $1 million, and a millionaire now.
Is it a true story?
Yeah.
The end.
Oh, wow.
Roll credits.
Does he end up driving around in a Ferrari at the end of the movie?
I don't know. I've seen it tonight. I don't know. Possibly.
Possibly. Oh, good. Questions.
Twists, turns, intrigue, possibly.
Kevin from
Boat, car, scene.
Kevin from Connecticut. Roland doing the news. Murder, corruption, weather, sports.
Yeah. He just blurts out words that just. They're really not very descriptive.
I bet when he fights, he punches someone and pow comes off.
Like how?
Roland also liked the boat scene in Titanic. So
the boat.
There's a boat. How would you describe the Titanic movie to somebody? Maybe that someone that isn't familiar with the story.
Wow.
A chip.
A what?
A chip.
A chip.
Potato.
A chip.
A chip.
Computer or
Punch
potato?
or John, you idiot.
All right.
Or the big boat.
All right. A chip.
A chip. It goes sailing, and
Sailing.
tragedy happens, and the boat sinks. A love story between 5.5 hours. You'll pass out, wake up, and it's still sailing. And
But if the boat sinks, how is it still sailing? Because
they flash back. The director's cut.
Oh my God.
That's a big flashback.
After O&A live.
Yes, another Roland movie review here on After Opie and Anthony Live. And how about that? How's that for sports? How's that for Sam can't pull his thumb out of his ass long enough to talk about baseball? Cal Ripken Jr. on After Opie and Anthony Live. Eric, you had to be impressed.
I was very impressed by Cal Ripken Jr., yes.
Well, that's the guy to be impressed by, isn't it? He's an icon.
The Iron Man.
Amazing to have him in. Big thanks to Liam for hooking that one up. You didn't have anything to do with that, did you, Roland?
No.
I don't want to slight you.
Yeah, you can slap me.
You don't mind.
I don't mind.
So will
But,
this now lead you to do more sports-based interviews?
Well, this is the thing. People, there were rumblings yesterday afternoon that this may happen, and like Liam, the talent booker, and other people were coming up to me like, well, you don't really watch sports. How are you going to be able to do an interview with Cal Ripken Jr.? And I'm like, listen, if I can't pull off an interview with somebody who's iconic as Cal Ripken Jr., regardless of what he does, whether he's a ballerina or a baseball player, if he's as iconic and famous and well-known as Cal Ripken Jr., and I can't talk to the guy for 15 minutes, I have no business behind any microphone.
You kicked ass with Kurt Schilling.
Exactly.
Some
I
would
can
say
handle...
that even though you can do interviews.
Huh?
That you have no business being behind a microphone.
Well, that's just your opinion, Eric.
It's not mine. I just said some people.
You think I have business behind a microphone?
I think you do all right.
Thank you very much.
I think it's the Sterniolo factor.
What is the Sterniolo factor?
What did he have to do?
That means don't bed the shit.
Don't bed the shit?
That means it's bad interviews.
What?
I'm
That-
lost.
You're not saying that about me.
No, I'm
You're saying that about...
no. I'm saying you do great interviews. But
thank you.
I said the bad interviews called the Sterniolo factor.
Oh, I understand now. Yeah, I had Kurt Schilling on the Sam Roberts show, thanks to Roland, and me and Kurt were like old buddies.
He loved it.
You know what I mean? I can do a little research. I read about things.
Yeah.
Look at this, Roland.
He bought that. Your dad, you were like a diehard fan. Like, oh, I love it.
Yeah,
My dad really did say that, though.
Not only did you have to discuss baseball and his career, but his video game that he was putting out.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
that was Kurt Schilling. Right, but look at this. And that's my dad really did say that, what I was telling him. He thought the Iron Man record was the greatest record of all time. And look at this. What's this, Roland? Notes. Research. I did it for this interview. That's how I get it done.
You step it up.
Jack in Oregon, you're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam. Nice interview.
Thank you.
Kind of embarrassing, though, when he corrected you on Muhammad Ali being paraded out, though.
What do you mean he didn't correct me? I asked his opinion on it. It wasn't embarrassing.
He pretty much laid it out. He kind of...
Yeah, but I didn't say. I asked his opinion on what it was. You fans are crazy because I appreciate the compliments from you, Jack, and I like you very much. But it's insane. You guys are just so bloodthirsty that you're looking for any inkling of something that could be controversial or humiliating.
No, it was embarrassing because he had to explain it like 5 minutes to you why he wasn't being paraded out.
I asked him his opinion on it. I didn't ask him.
You thought you were going to be smart and smack you down.
What's smart about it? Eric, what am I missing?
It wasn't saying he was...
You don't think that was a good question?
Smart.
You don't think the fact that I researched the fact that he knew Muhammad Ali and there was a topical news story a couple weeks ago about Muhammad Ali, you don't think that's a good question?
Muhammad Ali. Who
Eric.
doesn't know Muhammad Ali?
Why are you entertaining this?
Is he right or am I right?
People just want us to fuck up every interview and destroy everyone that comes in here.
Fuck up nothing, hey. Quit saying he fucked it up. All I'm saying.
I didn't say
Yeah,
you did.
Eric, stop that. Stop.
I didn't say this. Oh.
Thank you, Jack.
Sam
you
did
son
not,
of a bitch.
Sam
you
did not
son of a
Sterniolo
bitch.
it.
And thank you, Roland. Now, Sternioloing it, you're basing that on Steve Sterniolo, who works for Raw Dog?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
They're not going to be happy unless you throw water in his face and go, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Here's your streak.
And
How
then-
about the streak in your underpants, you piece of shit?
And then the guy that called in, Sam, you were a dick.
Yeah,
Why were you a dick
exactly.
to him?
These goddamn
He's a
people.
legend.
Bob in Texas, you're on After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam, we don't want to hear you do more sports. We just want you to learn enough about sports so you don't sound like such a faggot, homo, queer, sickle.
Listen, Bob.
Oh, that does make sense.
Don't mean to offend you there, buddy. But
No, no offense taken.
You asked the most hack questions to Cal Ripken that it'd be like asking Robert Plant a bunch of damn questions about Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, but you know what?
You know what that's called? Rolling Stones.
This is an interview not for inside baseball, but for your average person, like a Sam Roberts. Not for Bob, the baseball expert.
All right.
All right, good, Bob. I'm glad we're in agreement. Dan in Virginia.
Hey, what's up, Sam? Good job on the interview.
Thank you, Dan.
Hey, I wasn't sure if you heard about this. I was in the Baltimore area growing up, and I was kind of young, but there was a rumor that Cal Ripken had beat his wife one night and was arrested. And during that night, there was a power outage in Camden Yards. It was somewhere around a few hundred before the streak was hit.
There are so many. I know about the power outage.
It's Cal Ripken, not Chris Brown.
I've heard various rumors about that power outage, whether he beat his wife, whether Kevin Costner was with his wife. There's a tons of rumors, but I certainly wasn't going to ask him to clear that up here. I'm not going to be the villain.
Yeah, roger that, man. That was good interview, though, man.
Later, Dan.
Roger that, stupid.
Don't call Dan stupid. He was just pointing something out. Here's a question.
Roger that there, Sam.
Roland, here's a question. What's the most important holiday? Is it Christmas? Maybe Valentine's Day?
My birthday.
Maybe it's Roland's birthday. Listen to me. All three are close. But the correct answer is it's Mother's Day.
Ah, fuck.
Do you love I'm sorry you got that wrong. Do you love your mom? Well, you better make sure she knows it and make sure all of the moms in your life know it.
Mama.
So what's the perfect gift? Well, Steven Singer's famous gold dip roses are, of course. It's the perfect gift for your mom, your mother-in-law, or the mother of your children. A real long stem rose dipped in 24 karat pure gold. The gift that lasts forever, and it's only $69. Yes! Only $69. Steven Singer's real long stem roses come shipped in a beautiful gift box with your own personalized Mother's Day card. What a wonderful gift. Steven Singer has special colors available only for Mother's Day. You could choose from Violet Pearl, which symbolizes admiration, Peach, which symbolizes appreciation, and the classic All Gold, which symbolizes respect and eternal love. Listen to me. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Order now and get free shipping. The perfect gift from the best jeweler in the country, and that's exactly what he is. Call 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER or go to IHateStevenSinger.com and order your Mother's Day rose. What a fantastic idea. For Mother's Day, that is. Now, in terms of what I learned on the Opie and Anthony show, I'm all buzzed up from Cal Ripken Jr. being like, "Oh, Sam, you are awesome." And me being like, "Thank you very much, Cal Ripken. Nice of you to say that. You are a guy who knows what awesome is."
It was the best when he said all the other interviews are going to do are going to be complete shit after this.
He goes,
and you should have said that on the air.
He goes to me, he goes this, Sam, take it from me. Baseball legend Cal Ripken Jr., who you just interviewed. Every interview I do for the platform after this one is going to be nothing compared to that. How do you expect anyone to follow you? It's unfair for them to send me to you first. I said, Cal, you flatter me, but I'm not going to correct you. That's how it went down off the air. That's what was going on while we were playing the Roland bit. Why don't we play a little What Did You Learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
You want the sweeper?
Yeah, let's play the sweeper so everybody knows.
Here comes. What did we learn? What did we learn?
Yes! Call 866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-969-1969, and you tell me, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show? Today, I learned that Troy is apparently not down for whatever. We spent the first hour of the show figuring out exactly what whatever entails. And to me, Troy is not down for whatever. I mean, part of whatever is me getting to sneak into his hotel room and join in the fun, if that's what goes down. But beyond that, I don't think he's down for whatever. Troy, we were just talking about you. You were associated with what I learned on the show.
What's that?
I was telling the people, today I learned that you're not really down for whatever. There are some restrictions.
Yeah, I'm not into some gay shit, dude.
Right, well, I didn't know.
Oh, sorry.
KC in North Dakota, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Hey, Sam, I learned that Amy Schumer likes a stone butch.
Amy Schumer does like a stone butch. I mean, if she's going to go lesbian, she wants somebody that'll spend more time focusing on her than she will have to spend focusing on them. So, Amy Schumer.
She's kind of a dude like that, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
She's got a little, she doesn't appear to be a dude at all.
No.
But her mentality, sexually, you think it's a little more dude-like.
Yeah.
Do you like
kind of like service me.
Do you like that?
I mean, I like to be serviced.
You love being serviced.
Yeah.
I heard you servicing your girlfriend in the hotel, so I know you do service her too.
Well, it was a mutual servicing.
I definitely know she was being serviced. You don't make sounds like that without being serviced.
Do you like her niggles tickled?
What's that?
Do you like your little niggles tickled?
My naggles tickled?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Is it my testicles?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't like that?
Rich in Long Island, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
I learned that Steven Singer sells gold dip rabbit vibrators.
Again, I think Opie was wrong about that. I think there was maybe a typo on the sheet or something. Steven Singer does not sell vibrators. He sells roses. But during the live read today, that's not what he wrote. Jay in Tampa, what did you learn?
Hey, Sam, great job on the interview today.
Oh, thanks.
I learned that while it is okay for you to sit on Troy's bed with a hard-on, it's not okay for you to touch him on the back.
Right. He'd be cool with me sitting there. I could have a massive hard-on if I could achieve one, and he'd be fine. But no touching on the back.
No touching, no entering.
But looking. Eye contact?
That's weird, man.
Yeah. Gee, then you don't make it with me. I'll just don't worry about me. I'll be looking at you. Just don't look at me. Then we won't make eye contact.
That's still weird.
Well,
it
it
is
is what it is.
And I don't think you could maintain an erection during that.
Mm-mm.
You don't think I could?
No, you'd kill the mood. You kill everybody's mood. You being in there.
He'll sneeze or cough, and you're like,
Maybe for me, that's my whole mood. Maybe that's my whole vibe. Maybe that's the only way I can achieve erection.
Just everybody's just like, ugh, like what the fuck?
Not everybody, not this guy.
No, but me and the person, the other person.
Okay, so you don't know if you could maintain erection.
Me, she'd fucking dry up like the Sahara.
Me, on the other hand, I'd be hard to
but
rock.
it's over. It's done. It's like you ruined everything. There's nothing left to see.
As long as you don't get dressed, I can still jerk off, right?
No.
Mick in New Orleans. Mick, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Okay, hey, Sam. I learned that Opie got food poisoning from potato salad, but he still loves to eat potato salad.
He loves his potato salad, Mick. You're absolutely right. But who leaves potato salad out on the beach?
Ew.
He brought potatoes. I don't know if you were listening. Maybe you were getting a guess. Opie was talking about Amy. You were probably getting Bear Grylls at the time.
Yeah.
Amy, before Amy fell in love with Bear Grylls on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Amy was talking about food poisoning that she got from eating crab cakes. And Opie got food poisoning from eating potato salad because he bought it, and then he brought it to the beach, and then he let it sit there for like 2 hours before he ate it.
I got food poisoning from macaroni salad.
How'd you do that? Was it bad, or did you?
It was bad.
Hmm.
I ate like half a pint, And then after that, my asshole became basically a waterfall.
JR in Oklahoma, what'd you learn?
I learned you can ride down a crocodile-infested river on a zebra.
Hey, man. You bet you can. A lot of valuable tips were picked up from Bear Grylls. Greg in Baltimore.
Yeah, today I learned instead of going out with a lighter to make a campfire, bring your cell phone and steal wool.
That's right. Who needs a lighter? You got all the shit you need right in your pocket already. John in North Carolina, what'd you learn?
I learned that the lovely Amy Schumer is not above having unprotected sex.
That's right. She came in here and she mentioned to us that she had had condomless sex. Specific type of sex that Amy Schumer had. Bill in Boston, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show?
Sam, I learned today that while visualizing Troy Kwan, you can keep it rock hard.
Okay, you just learned that 2 minutes ago. That doesn't count.
You know what's funny is people on my Instagram are trying to figure out who my girlfriend is.
Well, they're going to figure it out. It's the girl that you're pictured with.
Yeah, there's not a lot of pictures of her up there, but people are asking.
Look, I actually talked about this on the Sam Roberts show on Sunday. This is how creepy it gets. When you go to Google, you know how Google autocompletes?
Yeah.
When you type in Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony, or Sam Roberts, Sirius XM, or one of those things, the autocomplete automatically goes, there's like 3 or 4 different options that say Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony girlfriend, Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony Jess, Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony girlfriend pictures. All of them are just,
man.
They want those photos. And now that I described, you got to listen to the replay. It starts at 3 p.m.
Can I take a picture of you and Jess and post it?
Absolutely not. Now that I described... I'm doing it. Now that I described the sounds that I heard coming out of your room during coitus, I'm assuming, were you during coitus?
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Penis and vagina?
Yes.
Yep, I knew it. While I was describing those sounds, the listeners need an image of this person. Because they're going to take my audio of the feminine screams that I was belting out and couple it with the picture of your girlfriend. And they're going to masturbate to that.
And there were people hitting me up on Twitter saying they were getting turned on by that story. Like, how is that? How is a bunch of dudes
I was telling it. I have the least sexy voice in all of broadcasting.
If they find your pictures, they're going to be jacking off.
Like, it's one thing if she came in here and was telling it, or even if I was telling it while she was in here and she was reacting to it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was just me telling it and you being like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing, dude. And, like, then Opie and Anthony saying, how gay would you be with Sam?
Yeah.
And people were like, yeah, how gay?
Yeah, what do you get turned on?
I have no idea. I didn't achieve erection during the segment this morning either, for your information.
Well, that's good, because you said you sit here all the time and get erections.
I have gotten random erections while the show's on.
And it wasn't during that.
No, not during that segment.
So hopefully next time they send us out earlier to hang out, because look at all the stories that came up for 2 days.
That's right. I'll get to hear Troy having much more sex.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah?
The search results shortened now. If you just type in Sam Robe, R-O-B-E, and right there it says Jess, wife, girlfriend.
Wow.
Are there a lot of pictures up of Jess?
No.
Does she want to stay? She wants to stay kind of private.
She doesn't like the attention.
No.
She's not, like, super, like, whatever. Like, if you look hard enough, you might be able to find it, but...
And she's blocked on everything, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the attention, though.
She doesn't get harassment from fans?
I mean, she doesn't want to.
Yeah. But I mean, you talk about her a lot, and you bring her on your show, so she's obviously sort of a character, right?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't like that I've made her into a public figure necessarily.
She just kind of knows that it goes with the territory.
Right. I'm like, look, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm going to continue to do. This is my job now. Like, this is what I'm doing. And she's like, okay. Like, that's... To get this wonderful package that is Sam Roberts to be with you for the rest of your life, that's what you have to deal with. She gets all the benefits of being the woman on Sam Roberts' arm, which are just enormous. And having me in her home 24 hours a day, which is just, I can't imagine the treat that is for anyone.
Right.
She just has to deal with the fact that people are going to try to Google pictures of her.
Yeah, it's a minor inconvenience for all that's there for
all
her.
The joy and the beauty that I bring to her life, the wealth. I call it potential wealth. Potential earnings is what I bring.
Well, there's a lot of probably mental wealth.
Wealth, yeah.
Probably physical wealth.
Physical, you mean in terms of money?
No, as far as, like, satisfaction.
Oh, physical satisfaction and stimulation. I try to bring that because I don't have the cash. Like Eric, he doesn't have to worry about laying the pipe. He'll just write a check.
Right.
You know what I mean? He doesn't need...
He doesn't lay pipes, he writes checks.
Exactly. He's just like, his chick's like, oh, Eric, I'm your wife. We don't have sex enough. And he's like, here's $40.
Get lost.
Go shopping.
Beat it.
$40.
He's not. He wants to keep his Nagel fortune. He's not going to,
Right.
He's sending her to Old Navy or something. He's sending her to Penny's. He's not sending her to
he's like, here,
Barney's.
treat yourself nice today.
Right.
And beat it. I got Simpsons to watch.
You can get a Coke float with that. Right, Eric?
No, that's not true.
Okay, well, we have different opinions then. Tom, go ahead.
This week, we're going to have Safe House Blu-rays to give away.
Oh, I'm looking. That was actually a pretty good movie. It was just an action movie. It wasn't great, but it was fun.
Denzel Washington box set Blu-rays.
Are we going to give that away? Because I'm going to definitely keep one.
Do you want one, Troy?
No.
We have one to give away.
Maybe.
Tom in Massachusetts.
Hey, Sam. Today I learned that if you want to know what a post-apocalyptic world looks like, just head to Cleveland.
Well, that was. Well, I guess we mentioned it today too. Thank you, Tom. Tom chickened out. I love it. You know what Tom told the phone screener he learned? Sam sucks at interviewing, and then the big man picks up the phone, and Tom has to think quick on his feet. Because you know why?
Because it's not true.
A lot of intimidation. He's very scared of me.
Puss Dad was a big pussy.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a big pussy.
Well, he is what he is. You know what I mean? What can you do?
Buy Tom pussy.
Buy Tom pussy. So, Roland, you're not in love with the stripper?
No.
Lust?
No.
You like her?
He wants to bang her out.
Yeah,
is that what it is? You didn't get to bang her out. You came twice in the strip club.
But now it's like you haven't seen her in a few days. I'm like, I'm over her.
No, you're not.
You're ready to move on.
Not.
Yeah.
I think he might be like, there is a certain thing. Like, when I went to a strip club for my bachelor party, I was all about it for like 3 or 4 days. And then since...
Yeah, I just kind of like...
You'll meet a new stripper, though, and she'll rock your world.
Listen, yes.
Big thanks to Cal Ripken Jr. for coming on after Opie and Anthony Live.
Ooh.
You got anything going on,
Also,
Troy?
real quick, I'm DJing this Saturday at Spin here in New York City. It's Susan Sarandon's club.
That's baller.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
great.
fucking
It's a great
baller.
spot.
Does her daughter go out there?
I don't know.
She's cool.
Ron and Fez are coming up next. We'll be back with more of this tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.
The Opie and Anthony Show is now